This is a highly requested video on how I edit my photos, so I'm going to be showing you guys how I do that using this app called Snapseed. This is the photo that I'm going to edit. There are currently no edits on it, and I am going to first apply my preset. So this is what the photo looks like after I apply my preset. You can see here is the before and here's the after. The first thing I do is I select the tools menu and then I go to lens blur. If I slide my finger up and down on the screen, you can see a couple different tool options. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the blur strength. I'm going to make that about 10, and then I'm going to go to the transition and make that 0, and then back to the vignette strength, also going to be 0. Now I'm just going to pinch this together to make it as small as possible, and then click the check mark. The next thing I'm going to do is erase the areas that I do not want blurred. So I go to this button right here and then view edits. I'm going to go to the lens blur and then select that little paintbrush mark. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. You could toggle this little eye on and off. If it's on, then you can kind of see where you are applying that brush. It turns red, as you can see right here. At 100% strength, I am going to blur this entire area. And typically when you have a blurry background and you get closer to the subject, it gets less blurry. So I'm going to go down to 50%, then I'm going to go down to 0. It looks like a gradient rather than just a harsh line. I'm going to keep it on the 0, and I'm going to pretty much erase what I don't want blurred. As you can see, I'm starting with the edges because they're the hardest, and then I'm going to fill in the center. If you find that you make a mistake, just go ahead back up to 100 and just blur out what you accidentally erased. I'm also toggling the little red switch so that if I need to see a little bit clearer, I can just toggle it on and do some erasing. You're not going to get a perfect edit with this, but for me, it is good enough. And then I click the check mark and we are pretty much done with blurring the background out. You could see this is the before and this is the after. One more thing I'm going to do is go back to the tools menu and then I'm going to go to details. You have two options, both the structure and sharpening. So it just accentuates all the details. I'm going to click the check mark and then this button right here, view edits, go to the details and then the paintbrush. And I only want that detail on maybe the sweater. It's hard to kind of see what exactly it will affect, but it does make a difference in the overall photo. And this is just something that I like to do. And this is pretty much it. I may add a couple more edits that I'm gonna just do off camera. So this is what my final photo will look like. This is what I would post on Instagram. Here's the before, and then here is the after. Let me know if you guys wanna see any more editing tips and tricks using Snapseed.